Problem number 101. We're trying to find the second derivative of this function. This is the function f of x, and the second derivative we have to go through the first derivative first, and so let's go ahead and find the first derivative, f prime. We have the function is the product of two different functions, x and sine of x, so we have to use the product rule. F prime of x is equal to the first times the derivative of the second. The derivative of sine is cosine, plus the second, sine of x, multiplied by the derivative of the first, and the first being x, so the derivative of x is 1. So f prime, let's write it over here so we have a little bit more room and clean it up a little bit. So f prime of x is equal to x cosine x plus the sine of x. So that's f prime. So now all we have to do is take the derivative of f prime, because that's what the second derivative is. It's the derivative of the first derivative. And now we have two different terms, one being the product of two functions and the other just being sine of x. So we want to take the derivative of x times cosine x. That's the product rule then. So the derivative of x times the cosine of x is the first times the derivative of the second, which is negative sine of x, plus the second times the derivative of the first. So all of this, just to be clear, guys, all of this right here, that's the derivative of x times the cosine of x with respect to x. So that's all that part. And then I just have to add to that the derivative of the sine of x, and so the derivative of the sine of x is the cosine of x. So we just use the rule. And again, just to clarify, that guy right there is the derivative of the sine of x. So that's how we find the second derivative of the original function, and it probably could use a little cleaning up. Yeah, it could. So let's rewrite that f double prime of x, because that's what we're asked to find. F double prime of x is equal to the opposite of x times the sine of x, and then we have a cosine of x plus another cosine of x, and so we'll write that as plus 2 times the cosine of x. That's it.